Live. Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing live? No. Oh, it is live. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure these things out in OBS and YouTube, how to schedule stuff, but I think I've got it. So the next time it's gonna be without any trouble. Let me just quickly pin this message here. Izuma, hello, my friend. You're always the first person to join me on stream. Wait, let me just turn on the fan real quick. Yeah, I am back. All right. So this is a wild reference, but yeah, this was a really interesting one, and I didn't want to push myself a bit. I just wanted to see how much of this can I sculpt, how quickly. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just simply dive into this. Also, I don't remember where, but somewhere in my comment section or inside my school, I don't remember where. Someone mentioned they wanted to make a zombie. And I don't know if how to record a zombie tutorial. So I thought maybe I should just live stream and yeah, it may help some people out who are wanting to know because I have some cool tricks for all of these weird textures here that I will also be showing in this live session. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting topic. By the way, I just love zombies. I love spooky stuff. So yeah, this falls into my domain of interest as well. I just love creepy, spooky stuff. Yeah, zombie stuff. I love zombie stuff. Haha, this reference is incredible. Yeah, I agree. That is why I'm so intrigued to make it as well. Before this, I was thinking maybe I should make an anime head, but then I was like, no. Then I saw this. Damn, bro. No turning back now. By the way, do you think we should decide the reference for the next stream on the stream? Would it be a fun thing, or should I just choose the references on my own? Or should we let the Da Vinci School members decide what should be sculpted in the live sessions? That could be fun as well. Da Vinci. Zombies are always so cool. There was also a time where when I heard zombies, I was like, meh, I don't like zombies. But yeah, playing The Last of Us completely changed that. Also, watching The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a very good take on zombies. I just don't like when they go crazy with the zombie stuff. But having it a bit realistic and showing the human side of things, which Walking Dead did extremely well, and that is a pleasure to watch. Though the Walking Dead also got a bit weird during the end. I mean, the zombies, the runners, they just started climbing stuff, and there was literally no explanation for why did that happen. Hey, hey, good day. Thank you. Good day to you as well. How are you doing, Vishal? Yeah, all the stage of every sculpt is pretty basic. I just like sculpting from scratch every time. It just feels much more natural to me. I don't like using base meshes unless there's a reason for doing that. If I'm short on time, if it's for a project or something, then yeah. But otherwise, I just love sculpting from scratch. And I think people should do it more often. But of course, the context, why you want to use a base mesh, I think that is what matters the most. Yeah. It is important not to be a jerry and to think, oh, I'll just use a base mesh to get good results. No, bro. If your basics suck, no base mesh is going to help you. Good learning fundamentals of 2D, being a 3D artist from last 4 years. Oh, not bad. So, have you been doing any projects? How's it been being an artist? Or are you still in the learning phase of stuff? Hello, bro. Hello, Maxo. This live no dumb. What's dumb, bro? I mean, thumbnail. Yeah, that is because what? Yeah, I mean, I don't practice these sculpts before, So I do not have a thumbnail to upload. So I just uploaded the reference. And once I'm done with the stream, I'll use the result as the new thumbnail. But yeah, initially there's I don't know what to upload as a thumbnail. So I just upload the reference, which in this case seems to be this reference that I'm using right here. Yeah, I don't really try these things before. I just sculpt on the go. साला ये learning phase खत्म ही नहीं है भाई. ये तो चलता है भाई. Have you ever sculpted a creature? Yes, I have sculpted a xenomorph before this. It was actually a challenge by Aryan, which was really interesting. I do have it on the channel. So I did sculpt this xenomorph. It should be here somewhere. Yeah, this xenomorph. This was the first creature that I made. Yeah, this was a really fun challenge. I even made a bronze version of him, which I like better, but I wanted to stick to the original as well. Have you sculpted a creature, Vishal? Can you share portfolio? Why you make temple lines so sharp? Because I want to mark the features in this stage, and later on I can decide if I want to smooth it out or if I don't want to do it. So it's really important to have the features in right now. Now the concern is not with the likeness. The concern is just that I should have the basic shape and the proportions should be all right. All of the features, of course, you can adjust things whenever. Right now, what's important, what's a priority, is to just get the basic stuff right. And yeah, of course, you can decide whether you want to keep some things or not later. Oh, very cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool, bro. First creature sculpt. And it's much different than sculpting a human, by the way. Because for humans, we have guidelines. Oh, this is the proportion, this is the basic shape, this is whatever. But for a creature, it's just purely observation of the reference. And a bit of your anatomy knowledge. It does help. But only the anatomy knowledge that is tied to shapes and forms, not the name of the bones and muscles. Yeah, we're not doctors, bro. I don't know if aliens have a sternocleidomastoid muscle. I wish I'm able to sculpt dragon in future, but first I'm gonna learn human. I'm following your guide right now. Yeah, of course, bro. But dragon is a different game than sculpting human. But if you are interested, you could check out other channels. You could check out Opalisons. He's sculpting dinosaurs, creatures. That would be cool. But yeah, sculpting a creature, like especially a dragon or something, it's a total different ball game. And yeah, Nico also has a course. So Speedchar has a course on the dragon lady. That could be beneficial as well. He doesn't have much of an angry expression as he has of a worried expression. I will check them out, but one thing yeah, definitely, of course. One thing at a time. Focus is super important. And yeah, I mean it's a good thing that you're focusing on one thing at a time. Trying to learn everything at the same time, it is definitely a recipe for disaster. I use Dyn Topo or High Remesh for details. High Remesh. I don't use Dyn Topo. I don't like Dyn Topo. I don't like the way it works. It's just very inconsistent. Yeah, your mesh can be really confusing to work with Dyn Topo because some parts of it is gonna be high poly, some of it is gonna be low poly. It's I don't like working with it. Remesh is the best option that I like, but for really high details, the best option is to use a multi-res modifier. So yeah, the multi-res modifier works best. But for that, you have to retopo and do some other stuff. Let's mark the lip. I think I'm just finished recording video on hands by the way. Oh, super cool. Is it dino hands or is it human hands? think he has a really big distance between his nose and the lip. So let's increase that a bit. How far are we? 25 minutes, not bad. Both, kinda. Our CG cookie course, they explain good how to use Dyn Topo. Oh yeah, you mean the human course? Yeah. Now that you mentioned, yes, they were using Dyn Topo in the beginning, but I don't personally like it. It's good for some cases, but not my go-to tool, or it's not something I use either way. I did the CG Cookie Human course too, by the way. It's a good course, good resources, good stuff, but it wasn't the best course. I didn't like the step-by-step Loomis head method that they teached. It was just so much to remember, and I felt that there wasn't a lot of freedom in their method of sculpting. It was just following steps, which I didn't like. Yeah, when we get to asymmetry, this is gonna be really fun because I'm excited to pull this eyeball out. Hang on a sec, guys. All that in 35 minutes is crazy to me. Oh my god, bro. The shower water just. So, yeah, I can hear from this ear finally. It just changed my world. I think it was blocked since I took a shower, but it just suddenly got unblocked. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, comparison between human and dino hands. Interesting. That is interesting. All that in 35 minutes is crazy to me. Bro, I mean, the not sure. I feel like I should be quicker, but yeah, I'm happy so far. But let's see how far further we can push this. Hey, what's up, Isaac? Hello, Marat. What's up, my friend? Happy to see you join, brother. Marat, hello. Hey, Shudima, hi, Nikolai. Yeah, happy to see you here, man. How's your weekend going? Where did the eyeball go? Okay, it's here. All right. You know what I'm most excited about? I'm most excited about making this eyeball pop later. That is what I'm most excited about. Mirror, yep. And I think we can start going high poly. But let me adjust the shape of the ear a bit. It's a bit too wide. Never has a ear ever helped anyone identify anyone. You can identify them by the mouth, by the eyes, but not by the ear. By their smile. If I cover a celebrity and I just show you their eyes, you probably can guess who that celebrity is. But if I cover everything and not their ear, you'll never be able to guess it. Then that tells us it's not important. Who is company budget graphic tablet good? I haven't tried a lot of graphic tablets. Personally, I've only tried Wacom, and this tablet has been with me since this one. You can see some rough marks here. This is where I mostly sculpt. And yeah, I think I've had this for the last 6 years or 7 years, and I haven't tried any other. But I did have an intern with me. He was trying the Huion tablets. They are much more affordable than Wacom. Yeah, when I tried, there was virtually not so much difference. So yeah, you can maybe try Huion or XP Pen. In some countries, for some reason, XP Pen is more expensive. In some countries, Huion is more expensive. Although the international price, the retail price is the same, but it also depends country to country. So maybe you want to check out anything from Wacom, Huion, or XP Pen should be good to go. By the way, I'll be printing that Allosaurus sculpt. Oh, crazy, bro. Do document it. I would love to see a video on it. I'm going to head out. A friend coming over. Good luck with the sculpt. Will be fun to see the result. Yeah, sure thing, man. Have fun. Thanks for tuning in. There's still a lot that we need to do with the sculpt. We have to turn on asymmetry, open his mouth, add all these scars. Ugh, a lot of work. So let's just start getting into it. I think I'm going to push the eye in a bit more because I want a bit more thickness on the eyelids here. It just looks much better. And yeah, let's save a backup file and let's go high poly. And let's hope it doesn't crash. Shit. Okay, it didn't crash. Good. The eyebrow of this character is very interesting. It's almost about the same height as the eyelid, almost touching here. It is touching here. So I think I should maybe move it down a bit. Yeah. Is there any Walking Dead fan here? Oh yeah, I shouldn't do that because the last time I discussed something, I spoiled it for the others. I should definitely refrain from discussing video games and seasons. I don't like spoiling stuff, but sometimes I unintentionally do that. I just get very excited discussing it with someone, and then someone just suddenly say, "Hey, bro, I hadn't watched that. Why did you spoil it for me?" You know, like shit, bro. How I wish you had told me sooner. I'm just gonna roughly mark this here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of detail, bro. Should I commit right now, or should we work a bit more? That is always the question when I'm moving from one detail level to the other. Yeah, it's hard to be satisfied with your work, bro. I have everything recorded so far. Great. Are you gonna be printing it yourself, or are you gonna be using a service for that? I think I should drop down a bit just for now because this is getting a bit too difficult to sculpt with this. It's too high poly. Zyro plays, yo bro, what's up, man? I think we should start going high poly already. Enough spending time here. Yeah, I'm happy with the face. In future, are you switching to ZBrush? No, bro. Never. I'm happy with Blender and they are improving it continuously. Yeah, I think I'll just stick to Blender because they're doing such a great job making this software the best 3D software. So yeah, I won't be switching to ZBrush anytime soon. You respond to the chat? Yeah, always. I think I'm more active on the chat than I'm on the sculpting process. Would you watch a tree grow or an... you almost got me there. But you didn't. But I want to build a career as a 3D artist. Do you have some tips? Yeah, get really good at what you do. Extremely good. That is the first thing. I think people focus more on finding a job than being good at that job, which is why they never land a job. Yeah, the first step is to be extremely good at what you do and what you offer. The other tip is being extremely honest and extremely candid and extremely transparent. I believe that every artist should not, yeah, artists should not try getting a job. They should try building their own platform. They should try building their own personal brand. And in some way, shape, or form, they should be content creators. So you can be a content creator by being on YouTube, or you can be a content creator on Instagram or whatever. But in some way, shape, or form, you should be very, very good at social media. Because if you do that, then you have all the work in the world, you have all the attention in the world, and you don't need to worry about the market. Being an artist on its own without any social media presence is extremely bad. It's extremely difficult. And yeah, we should adopt with the modern time. We should adopt with the requirement of the modern age. And yeah, I just believe that if you want to be a really good, successful artist, a fulfilling artist, if you want your art to fulfill you, then you want to make the kind of art that attracts you. And that is only possible if you work to being a content creator. And no matter what any other creator says, oh, here's how to find a job, here's how to find this freelance gig or whatever. Just look at what they're doing. They are content creators themselves. They're not working in the market. They're not, I don't know, applying for jobs. They're telling you to apply to a job, but they're not doing it themselves, which tells you that, yeah, you should do what they're doing. No, like what degree do I do in college? You don't need a degree for this. You do not need a degree for this. This is a lie. This is a scam. Anyone who tells you that you need to have a degree is lying to you, bro. I have a degree in 3D animation and design. And I swear to you, I haven't been asked about my degree once. Once in my entire career. Never. The only thing that they ever going to ask you is, can you do this? And as long as you have the portfolio to demonstrate that, yeah, you can do this, you're going to get the gig. No one cares about your degree. No one cares about it. And inside your degree, you're going to spend 4 years, 3 years not learning anything. And then you're going to go out after you get your degree, get an internship and intern for maybe a year and a half. And then you're going to get the minimum wage job that is available. It's a shitty place to be. You're going to spend 6 years. What's so much better? You need to look at people online of other 3D artists around you. They just spend a month, 2 months, 3 months getting extremely good in one specific niche, whether it be product rendering, whether it be sculpting, whether it be anything else. And as long as they are super good, they are able to find work. So what is better, going to university, fooling around for 6 years, or is it better to focus on what you are passionate about for a very short time, but very intensively, and then you find work in what you are passionate about? You don't need a degree, bro. Degree is a waste of time. It is a waste of resources. Instead of spending your money there, it is so much better if you're interested in whatever field, try to find a creator and try enrolling in their program. You can get professional level education from the creators directly who are working inside the market. For example, anyone who wants to be a full-fledged game character artist, you can look into Jay Hill's work, his program. He's in the industry, bro. He has all the experience that is required, and yeah, he can teach you it way better than than your college professor can. Your college is going to teach you an outdated syllabus, but that professional is going to help you with the most recent things. I mean, just imagine, bro, a finance degree, a business degree. If that professor really knew business, would he be struggling in a job? Would he be having a job in a university? If he was really that good in business, he would be doing a business. And a good, successful businessman, he does not have enough time to go to university and teach some students. He does not. Education is a scam. It's a scam. Yo, we have the same mic, and I also started learning yesterday. I want to build a career too. Great thing, man. Fist bump for the same mic. Haha. Maybe India se hoon. You work somewhere? Oh, I'm from Pakistan, by the way. You work somewhere? I do freelance stuff. Before this, I had a job with a Korean company. It was in a mobile game studio, and we used to make hyper casual games. But yeah, that job is no more. Holy shit, bro. I still haven't made a video about this. I always talk about this, but then I remember that I haven't made a video about this. I want to make a video about this because I want to share my experience of How did I get the job, and how the company just vanished in thin air without clearing our salaries. But yeah, right now I just do some freelance work. I was very active on Upwork. I've been a top rated freelancer there, but it's not a platform that I'd recommend anymore. It sucks. Yeah, you have to sell your soul to find a project on Upwork. Definitely, I do not recommend it. It's a waste of time. I'm good at making hard surface models. Is that something you are interested in? You need to ask yourself that as well, because for a very long time, I was always interested in making characters, but what I was doing for a living, I was doing product renders, and I was making low poly game assets, which is not something I'm passionate about, but it is something that I just heard that, oh yeah, this is the new trending thing. Products is gonna be the next big thing, so you need to learn how to make product renders or blah 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 blah. But you can find work as long as you're really good at what you do. But yeah, yet again, I'll repeat myself again. The best way to make money as an artist is being a content creator. Just look at your favorite content creators, your favorite artists who are happy. They are all content creators. They are either content creators or they are extremely good at what they do. Yeah, we've entered the no way return zone where I've started adding the asymmetrical details and there's no going back now. So yeah. And that is also why I'm always so indecisive of whether should I go to the stage yet or not. Asymmetry sculpting is, of course, it's difficult. You need to have a lot of the basics sorted out first before you enter this zone. Otherwise, it's going to be a very hard road. It's so much easier to avoid mistakes than to fix them. Before committing to going high poly or to asymmetry, you want to know, have you done all the steps right? Education is the reason we are using technology here, by the way. Okay. Otherwise, we would be never advanced. It all depends on the teacher and the school. It does not depend on the teacher and the school. It depends on what you want to be educated about. I'm specifically talking about artists. You do not need a degree to be an artist. But of course, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be a doctor, then yes, you do need those skills. But for us artists, education does not help. Only skill helps. So instead of reading art books, practicing getting your hands dirty is always going to get you better results. I'm not against education. I'm just against bullshit education for artists, which serves you in no way, shape, or form. Okay, I think it's time that we go higher, Polly, but let me close his mouth a bit. I think I opened it up a bit too wide. So yeah, let me quickly mask this. I even have a lot of friends from back in my university days, and whoever I've ever asked if their degree has ever helped them, they say no. It's all about the skill. In our field, it's all about the skill. PC specs, my PC specs, Ryzen 5 3500X, 1660 NVIDIA, 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, those are the specs. I want to move to Europe for career and better living conditions. As a 3D artist, do you think I am going to succeed? Can 3D artists find job in Europe? Stream daily is huge, by the way. Is it 1 minute or something? Bro, I don't think I'm qualified enough to be giving career advices because, like I told you, I'm super against finding a job because I just feel that there are so many talented artists out there right now who do not have a job just because the market isn't allowing it. So, what does that mean? Does that mean that they suck? Does that mean that their skill is bad? I don't think so. And yeah, it is just bad time overall. And if you want to move to Europe for better living conditions, I don't know which country you are from. If that makes sense to you, if it's affordable, then of course. But the main thing is always to be extremely, 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 extremely good at what you offer. Otherwise, it's no point. Personally, I'm just a realist, and like being, I like staying on the ground. And I realize that the market right now is extremely bad. I realize that there are people who have been laid off, who have more than 5 years, 10 years of experience, and they just got laid off because the company could not support them. And if there's going to be a job opening, a freshman is also going to apply, and the person who has the 5 years of experience is also going to apply. And who do you think is going to get the job? Of course, it's going to be the person with the experience. So yeah, the market is super, super bad right now. Super, super bad. I mean, if you've been active on LinkedIn, if you are active on LinkedIn, just go and watch posts by people who have so much experience, but they're struggling to find a job. Does this look somewhat like, I don't know who the celebrity is, but the one who played the villain in the Casino Royale film? Who was it? Casino Royale cast. I don't know why. Yeah. This guy. Mads Mikkelsen. Do you think that he resembles him? The sculpt that I have over here. Wait. Yeah. Do you see a resemblance? There's an uncanny resemblance to him. Though this was completely unintentional, but yeah, he does look like Mad Mikkelsen Rob zombie version. I'm gonna save this as a version, and maybe I'm gonna make him more Mad Mikkelsen-y after the stream. So cool, by the way. Is it from here? They're gonna put. Looks like it does look like Mad Mikkelsen. That is mad. Think tank and good school after hemorrhage. Hemorrhage? Do you mean like a brain hemorrhage or something? I especially see VFX artists posting for jobs or losing jobs mostly as far as posts on my LinkedIn. Yeah, you're gonna see it all over. And those people, they are experienced artists. They're not someone who's just joined and then got fired for no reason. They are experienced artists. It's just that the market is extremely bad right now. You mean dead Mickelson? All right, here's a cool trick that I wanted to show in this stream, which is how to get this skin texture thing going on. So all you need to do is to go here to the texture tab and make yourself a cloud texture. Then you go to the brush setting and you change the stroke to anchor. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Let me turn off symmetry. And yeah, boy, you see, I'm getting some crazy textures here. But for this to also look like these weird pattern here, I want to stretch it out in a certain axis so that it looks much more linear. So this is how it looks like right now. It's pretty symmetric, but as soon as I stretch it out in one axis, boom, I'm getting these straight linear lines, which is super cool, but it's too stretched out right now. Let's try a different version. This is better. Let's try 0.5, and yeah, that should work in our case. Let's turn off symmetry. You can also make the texture a bit more sharper by going to the color, turning on color ramp, and you're getting this. Let's see how it looks now. Nope, this is not what I want. Color ease, yeah, for some reason they always work this super sharp. Let's see, what was this set to before? B-spline? Or maybe we should just not use the color ramp at all. Another alternative for this, which is of course it's a much better alternative, but for some reason I don't know why did they remove this library. You can access this ZBrush library, which is jam-packed with a lot of these alpha textures, and yeah, they are always going to work much better. So I'm going to use this. Let's see how this looks, and it looks really sick. Let's make the strength down a bit. Oh wow, this looks very cool. But for some reason they just removed this library, so that is why I didn't want to show this to you, because you'd be disheartened and you won't be able to find this. Oh yeah, they have this burned skin as well, so let's see. Burned skin, not bad. Let's turn off the symmetry, and I'm just gonna roughly add some of these markings here. I think I can stretch this out even further. 0.3 should do. Yeah, not bad. Let's turn off symmetry. Let's save this file before we screw anything up. Yeah, if you use this with intent, you can also make some wrinkle form around the eye. It looks really cool in my opinion. Also, we can have this damage thing in his head, smooth it out a bit. Yeah, just copying what I can see here. So yeah, alpha brushes, they are really cool, but finding a good source for them is a pain in the ass. You either need to buy them or you need to make your own, and making your own, not a good idea. I think for this one over here I can just make some skin holes. I just feel like it feels like the skin is ripped and we can see the texture beneath them. So I'm just gonna mark some rough holes or something like skin tears and just use it in that area specifically. I applied for membership, by the way. Have a nice day. Bye. Oh, you mean in the free school? Yeah, sure thing, bro. I'll check it out. And yeah, have a great day as well. Oh yeah, the most exciting part. Let's make his eyeball pop. Yeah, let's loosen the skin around here. Yeah, let's move his eyeball out. Wait, I have to apply the mirror modifier, select everything, select my loose part, and yeah, let's do this. Let's move his eyeball out. Whoa, nice. How long are we into this sculpt? 1 hour, not bad by the way. Yeah, I thought it was gonna take us more time, but 1 hour, I'm happy with that. Let's make the mustache. I'm just gonna mask an area here for the mustache. 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 And yeah, I'm just gonna make some, just mark some small here with the clay strips brush. Nothing too fancy here. We also have to make his hair, which is gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, over here, I think I can turn off symmetry and also mark this tail thingy, which is, by the way, something that I should have done before, but it's just now that I turned this reference around and saw that I had to do this. Ah, bro, this is why I don't like. This is why I say that you should look and then sculpt. Too bad I did not follow my own advice. Yeah, but I think it's okay. Are you using Fifine mic? Yes, this is the Fifine mic. Scary. Yeah, that's the whole point, bro. I love spooky stuff. If you find this scary, I'll take it as a compliment. It's a job well done then. All right, we can turn off symmetry and try to shape some of the hair a bit better. I like the way you say scary. Can you say it again? Scary. What's to like about that, bro? Recommend some horror games that you really loved. Horror games that I really love. When I was a child, I used to play this game called Blood. And though it's a 2D vector game art, but bro, that game scared the shit out of me. I screamed, literally screamed as a child playing that game. So me and my younger brother, what we would do is I would control the keyboard and he would control the mouse. So that's how we used to play multiplayer games back because yeah, otherwise it's like it was like an hour he's gonna play the video games and then an hour I'm gonna play the PC. But then what we resorted to was so basically I took control of the keyboard and the weapons, I took control of the movement, and he took control of looking around and then shooting at stuff. It was a fun way that we used to play games, and there was this game called Blood. It was really scary. But the recent games, it's been years that I played a video game, bro. But the most scariest game that I found was the Outlast series. Yeah, the Outlast series is super cool. I still remember I was playing that game. I had cousins all over, and yeah, we were all. I was playing. They were telling me, "Hey, go here, go here. Let's try this. Let's do this." And it was a really fun time. But then after everyone went to sleep, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna grind this game a bit more." And in Outlast, there's this night vision camera that you have. You need to find what you call batteries, and if the batteries run out, then you cannot turn on the night vision camera. And I ran out of batteries and I couldn't find any, and I gave up. That game got too scary to play, bro. After that, so I stopped. I think they are releasing another version of it. I'm not sure. I tried playing the second part, but I was never able to complete it. Me and my I had a friend back when I was in school, and what we would do is we would have a call on Messenger. So we would call each other, we would stay on the call, and then we would stream Outlast together on YouTube by this YouTuber who was Dashi. So we just watched him play. Yeah, it gave me the creeps just watching as well. Yeah, video games is something that is extremely, extremely fun, but it is a leisure that I cannot afford now. Not in terms of money, but in terms of time and focus. It really drains you. And yeah, it indulges you in such a way that no other thing can. So a lot of people they struggle with sculpting. And that is because they're too distracted by video games. You need to realize that there's no stimulus in the entire world that can make you feel what a video game does. Yeah, the Outlast series is really good. I'm gonna have to mute for a while for the call of prayer. Just a sec. Looking good. Yeah, thanks, Marat. I think that's pretty inconvenient. Maybe, but it is one of our core childhood memories. Yeah, we really look back at the way we used to play video games. I'm not sure about, I don't know which country you're from, but I think it's pretty common in the country where I'm from for siblings to play this way. Because I discussed this with friends. Yeah, if they have a younger brother, the age difference is not that much, they've tried playing this way as well. There's this one thing that, I mean, the one thing that is playing with your brother this way, and then there's another thing. If your younger cousins come, so I had a PlayStation 2, and my younger cousins, whenever they would come, my mom would be like, "Hey, let your younger cousins play as well. Let them play some games as well." I was like, "Mom, they're gonna destroy my controller. They're gonna wreck my PlayStation." And that has happened. So a lot of my younger cousins, I don't know why, but they really liked stepping on my PlayStation. I usually had it placed on the floor when I was playing. They would step on it for some reason. And my mom would be like, "Yeah, let them play as well, let them play as well." So what I did is I gave them a disconnected controller. And meanwhile, I would be playing the game. And I would tell them, "Yeah, you're the main character. You're playing the main character. I'm playing the villain. I'm playing the bad guys." And they would believe me. Yeah, I'd be like, "Hey, stop kicking my ass, bro." And they would laugh their butts off because they thought that they were the ones playing. But guess who had the final laugh? Me. Play gambling games. Horror too. Oh, you mean the new trend of the scammy stuff, the scammy gambling games? Oh yeah, I need to turn off the texture for this because it's still set to anchor. I want to set this to space again. Yeah, there's still so much detail that we can add, man. Let me see what remesh medium I at currently, because I don't want my PC to crash. I can set this to 4 and remesh. Looking good, Sock. Thanks, man. The model or himself? I mean, come on, bro. Of course I'm looking good. That's common sense. Why would he have to mention that? He's talking about the sculpt. Of course. Come on, bro. I mean, just use some common sense, man. Happy to see you here, man. How you been doing? And good. Yeah, we want to have some of the texture here as well. I'm sorry. Bro, don't embarrass me now. I was just kidding. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't crash. Please don't crash, Blender. Okay, it's loading. Fingers crossed. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Well, thank you, my friend. I trust you are keeping well. Yeah, I'm doing great as well. Thank you. By the way, here's a trick. Just to add this some of this inorganic stuff, organic stuff, instead of throwing a texture like this, you can turn down the strength to something very minimal. Let's grab a skin alpha. Skin. Yeah. And just lightly throw it around your model. Just to break up speculars, add a bit more depth to the skin. Consistent speculars, they don't look good. So just throw it around. Let's see if we have some wrinkles. Yeah, we do. Let's see if we can use this. Nope, I think it did not load the texture for some reason. Preview image. Where did it go? Here. Wrinkles, 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 wrinkles. Still no why. Let me close this. Open. Again. Work is hard. Sculpt. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that neck crack? Why is it loading the skin texture, not the wrinkle texture? Never mind. Let's try a different one. Okay, it worked this time for some reason. This doesn't look that organic. I want to change this. I don't like this. I like the other one, which is refusing to load for some reason. Yeah, I like this one, but loading the same texture again, bro. Why? Why are you testing my patience, Blender? Alright, I think I can use this instead. I'm just gonna use this in very little strength, just to have some of these wrinkles and folds all over. Yeah, there's really not much intention behind this anymore. Oh, I think I can have one here with a bit more strength. Let's color this now. I think this is enough detail. Nice working, thank you. That gives me the X. What special are you going to do for 10k subs? Let's wait for 10k. By the way, if you have any suggestions, I'm open. What do you think we should do for 10k? Let's see what you guys have as ideas. And I think we're gonna hit 10k this month by, estimating from the projection of the channel. So this month we would be hitting about 10k subs. By the way, thank you for everyone who has been supporting this channel, everyone who has joined right now. It's been a crazy ride. What do you horse? I'm on a horse. I forgot that song by KSI. It was something like I'm on a horse. MF. Yeah, give me some suggestions, guys. What do you think we should do for 10k? Should we have a special stream? Should we? I don't know, bro. Should have another Q&A? Do we have a special sale on the courses or something? That is always an option. Just roughly painting some beard with a glacier brush because I don't have a alpha brush for the hair follicles. But yeah, the clay strips should be enough to indicate some hair. And yeah, when we paint over this, it's gonna look so much better, I guess. Let's start the painting process, shall we? Make a horse for 10k. I don't know how to make a horse. I don't like sculpting animals. Oh, interesting skin tone, by the way. Okay, Chad Hug. I will go now. Good luck with the scary zombie guy. Yeah, thanks, man. Goodbye. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, hope to see you around. We're almost done with this sculpt too, by the way. Just gonna finish up with the colors and then we will call it a day. No suggestions for the 10k. I think I'm gonna ask Chat GPT to suggest me some things. Chat GPT is, by the way, an awesome tool. I don't know why artists are so against AI, whereas it is so empowering to use AI. AI is so helpful. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Yeah, take care, man. Yeah, another trick, by the way, is that we can use the same texture that we generated for the brush. So this brush is going to have much more irregularity if I use it this way. Let's go to the texture. Let's color ramp this. Not B spline. constant? No. Oh yeah, I have to drag the white one. So this way I can have a much more random texture, which is gonna make it look much more realistic. So yeah, when working for realistic stuff, imperfection is perfection. Dots. Is this better? Nope. Uh boy. Space view plane to random. Yeah, this is much more like it. Yeah, painting skin is like just throwing random colors all over the model. The more colors you throw, the more realistic it's gonna look like. Also, we want to use some blue tones, which looks very amazing, but in a much more darker color. So yeah, having these blue tones really help. By the way, it's not purely blue. I just use a gray color and it looks like it's blue because of the other colors surrounding it, which is also very cool illusion. Oh yeah, I still have to paint the mustache. Oh wow, this looks really good. This looks much better than what I expected actually. All right, not bad. Let's make this one a bit more faded. And let's paint the eyeballs. so detailed. Yeah, bro. I wasn't expecting to go into so much detail, but here we are. I'm happy with the time. So, 1 hour, 36 minutes with a lot of talking. I think not bad. Oh, yeah, I have to color the ripped skin as well. Let's give this some color. Yeah, let's give it some darker color as well, like some blood clots or something. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, looking really cool for 1 hour. Thanks, man. Appreciate it coming from you, my friend. Yeah, let's just do the eyes and then we can call this a day. I think I've done myself. I wasn't planning to go into so much detail, but here we are. Oh no, bro. I just want you to remesh at a very high value so that I can sculpt some details on you. Oh yeah, I have to turn off this texture. Anchored to space once again. The strength back to 0.5, I think is the default. Let's see. Delete backspace. I don't think 1 is the default. Nope. It's probably 0.5. By the way, guys, if anyone is interested in a free head sculpting course in a 4-week program that is gonna get you results, you can check out my free school, which is gonna be a link in the description. And by that, if you join, you're gonna be, this is the other one. Yeah, you're gonna access this community right here, and everyone here is a sculptor or learning to sculpt. What you will get here is this free 4-week, 1-week plan, which is gonna teach you how to head sculpt. Absolutely free. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. I just believe that there's so much bullshit out there that you don't need to know about sculpting, like the name of the muscles for the longest time, bro. I delayed sculpting. I delayed it more than 5, 6 years just because I was too intimidated by anatomy and everything. But it turns out you do not need that knowledge. You only need very minimal knowledge to get good at head sculpting. And this is what this course is about. It's about getting you results without confusing yourself with stupid names. Remembering the names does not help you sculpt better. I swear. But yeah, putting in the work, practicing the right things, that will definitely help you move forward. By the way, I'm going to roll his eye to the side a bit as well, which is looking pretty sick in the concept. Yeah, let's just quickly do that, and let's call it a day. Beautiful sculpt. Thank you, Shizuma. Beautiful comment. By the way, if you sculpt the eyes like this, where it goes inside, it's just gonna make the eye look much more alive. Yeah, you should definitely start sculpting eyes this way. I want to get this red color and maybe paint on the edges of the eyes like this. It's a subtle detail, no one's gonna notice it, but I notice it. And I want it to be in my sculpt. Let's also roll it to the side a bit. Like he has bad eyes alignment or something. Oh, yeah, by the way, I can do this as well. So I can control my pupils individually. Like this. I bet you can't do that. I don't know if I should have shown you that. But it's okay. It's one of my hidden talent that should have remained hidden. For this eye, I'm just gonna make it a bulge using the inflate brush. Yeah, just like that. I think it can be, yeah, this is better. I think we can rotate this a bit over here as well. Yeah, he's trying to look at the side now that I bring my attention to it. There you have it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. This is good enough. Maybe I should bring this jaw a bit down. Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. I think that because zombies, their muscles are deteriorating. This side of the muscles they weaken, and the face it hangs like this. So we can do that. Damn, Halloween came early this year. Let's spookember. Spookast. Yeah, I'm preparing for Halloween season, bro. This is my training for Halloween season. Nah, just kidding. I just love spooky themes. And it's never a bad time to sculpt a zombie. Yep, that is it. I'm gonna stop here. If we have any more questions, now is the time. And then I'll be leaving in the next few minutes or so. Let me go grab some water. Let me also turn on shadows, which I think is going to look super, super sick for this sculpt. Let's turn on shadows. Damn, bro. So cool. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Shadow, 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 shadow. This is looking really nice. I was not expecting this. Screen both. Up. World screen both. I think I like both. Yeah, now we have something for the thumbnail as well. I'm gonna go get some water, and if we have any questions, I'll be answering them. Okay. Hi, how did you painted it and created preview on the top right? This one? Oh, this is just a reference I took from Pinterest. I did not paint this. And this too, I think it's a screenshot from ZBrush because this is how ZBrush renders. So yeah, no, not my concept, not at all. Yeah, this is now, it's not even pure ref. I just loaded this in the image editor of Blender. So yeah, you can see my sculpt here. Let me turn it back to image editor. So I just uploaded the image here and there it is. And about the how I painted this, I just simply went to the paint mode in the sculpt mode. You can do a lot here. Pum, 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 pum. Wow, look at the difference color mix. Let me save this. And let's turn him to a green zombie. Brains. Give me brains. I think we can mess around with the color filter. Hue. Yeah, much more like it. But I think we have to play with the saturation a bit more before that. Saturation. Oh yeah. That really bumps things up. Let's undo. And let's not do that. I think so. All right. I think that is enough. That is it for this stream. Goodbye, guys. I'll see you next time. And here's a fist bump. Goodbye. Take care. Have a great night or day, depending on where you live. Goodbye.